The sun beat down on the dense jungle as a lone traveler trudged through the underbrush. His worn boots sank into the damp earth, and his weathered backpack seemed to grow heavier with each step. He had been on the move for days, making his way along the rugged terrain of Bokor Mountain in southern Cambodia. As he pushed through the foliage, he stumbled upon a clearing and spotted a makeshift campsite. A tattered tent flapped lazily in the breeze, and a small fire pit sat amidst a scattering of rocks and twigs. The traveler's eyes lit up with hope. Perhaps this was where he could find some rest and respite. He approached the site cautiously, his senses on high alert for any signs of danger. Satisfied that the area seemed quiet and free from predators, he dropped his backpack to the ground and began to gather firewood. As the flames crackled to life, he boiled some noodles, savoring the salty flavor as a satisfying meal. After dinner, he settled in for the night, wrapping himself in a thin blanket against the chill of the tropical evening. The sounds of the jungle, chirping insects, chattering monkeys, and distant waterfalls lulled him into a restless sleep. The next morning found a traveler facing the harsh reality of his situation. He had no food left, and the nearest town was still days away. He scoured the surrounding area for anything edible, eventually coming across a small patch of wild rice growing amidst the underbrush. With some trepidation, he plucked the grains and began to boil them in a makeshift pot. As he waited for his impromptu breakfast to cook, he spotted a massive python slithering through the trees, its body as thick as a man's thigh. The traveler froze, his heart racing with excitement and fear. He knew that this was one creature he wanted no part of, so he slowly backed away, keeping his eyes fixed on the snake. After a few tense moments, the serpent vanished into the dense foliage, leaving our traveler feeling shaken but grateful for his narrow escape. He finished cooking his rice and sat down to a meager meal, the task dulled by the lingering adrenaline coursing through his veins. As he continued along the treacherous path, he encountered numerous dangers: steep cliffs, rushing streams, and treacherous river beds. At one point, he found himself wading through chest-deep water, trying to avoid the snapping jaws of crocodiles lurking just beneath the surface. Despite these challenges, the traveler pressed on, driven by a fierce determination to reach the border. He had heard rumors of a hidden waterfall deep within the jungle, and he was determined to find it or risk losing his life in the unforgiving terrain. As the sun began to set on another grueling day, our weary adventurer spotted something glinting in the distance, the misty veil of a waterfall. His eyes lit up with excitement as he quickened his pace, his parched throat crying out for a drink from the cool, clear water. Finally, after days of hardship and struggle, he stumbled upon the hidden gem, a breathtaking cascade tumbling over moss-covered rocks into a tranquil pool. The traveler collapsed onto the grassy bank, feeling the cool mist soothe his sun-scorched skin as he gazed up at the verdant canopy above. In this moment of tranquility, he forgot about the dangers and hardships of his journey, lost in the simple beauty of the waterfall's song. As he rested and rejuvenated, he knew that he had earned a small victory against the unforgiving forces of nature, and that with renewed strength, he could finally continue on his quest to reach the border. And so, our traveler set off once more into the heart of the jungle, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For him, there was no other way than forward, through the dangers, the hardships, and the beauty of this unforgiving yet wondrous place called Bokor Mountain.